Hi everyone in YouTube land, Ratchet25 with a Transformers Prime episode review thingy. This is on episode 14, triage. I think that's how you pronounce it, but I'm not trying it again. This episode, there's not a lot going on, but there's a lot going on in it. In this episode, let me just close my computer. In this episode, it's continuing on basically after the same time as the Subway one, the Apex armor, and this is the Ratchet story on going out next week. Will be Bulkheads, and I'm not too sure what I've seen of it is going to look like a really good one. In this episode, all you see is Prime suggests to Ratchet to meet up with Wheeljack because to have some backup. They go out trying to find one of the hidden relics. So the Decepticon has 2 and the Autobots have 1. But it ends up with Ratchet meeting Wheeljack, and they end up in not getting on at all. Or there's a lot of tension between Ratchet and Wheeljack. Like, they're not willing to work side by side, but only they have a chance of getting back at or destroying the Decepticons. Yeah, so basically, don't look at my mouth. I'm a bit weird today. Bit tanned as well, because it's starting of a heat wave. Yay! Heat wave. Yeah, so they get into the jackhammer and start flying off to search for the relic coordinates, which is end up by being chased by Wheeljack. Wheeljack and Ratchet end up being chased by Soundwave and Laserbeak. And I can see now why they chose Laserbeak as his main drone on his chest and not called it Ratbat, even though I still rather preferred it to be called Ratbat, but it's the head shape, it's meant to be more like a condor, like in the G1 format. The jackhammer ends up nearly destroying Laserbeak, and Laserbeak gets 2 lucky shots off and grounds the jackhammer. I don't know. Really don't know how that could actually happen. But so Laserbeak gets knocked offline for a bit, and then Ratchet comes up with an idea to implant a virus to help him search for the other, or listen into the Decepticons, and he contacts Raphael to help him with the virus, but Raphael says we need something for him to find like another virus, but Ratchet says how about something a lot simpler by looking at Wheeljack's grenade. So basically it's to hide the real thing by making something for them to find, so they don't look for the real thing that they're finding. So that's when Ratchet's doing that. Wheeljack goes out looking for Soundwave. There's this great fight between them. I'm thinking Wheeljack and Soundwave pretty do go at it like mad until Soundwave ends up finding the relic and connecting it to him, and it's like a blaster that disrupts their audio receptors and basically just knocks them out for about a couple of minutes. It seems like this weapon is designed for Soundwave. So he ends up going. He ends up radioing Ratchet, saying that he's got approximately 2 minutes to get the virus finished, and he accidentally does it in time, just about 2 minutes before Soundwave comes online to kill Laserbeak, because he gets a message from Laserbeak saying that he's in trouble. So that's pretty much it, really. But in the end, the episode is more due to watching it. It's a good episode, and I like what they've done with it. And there's something going on in the TFC which John, my mate, TFknowlsy, has come up with the discussion of the future of the Transformer community and the TV shows, and I'm probably going to do a response video to that, but probably later on. Probably later on. But I'm not too sure. But I've watched Skullgrim 140 and TFknowlsy's response video to it. Videos, and they do come up with pretty good knowledges. Like when the movies came out, everyone was in a big hype, and now I love the movies. I love the Transformers movies. I love the Michael Bay films, because you've got to think, people keep forgetting that it's a different storytelling, different universe of Transformers. Yeah, there's less Transformers in it than the thing of and a bit too much human interaction, but you got to think it's a first attempt. Michael Bay has made a good job for what he knows and what he's done. You can see he's done his research, and Michael Bay is just a big budget, big bucks, big bangs, big explosions, basically a popcorn flick. That's what it is. Just a big bag of popcorn and a big drink of Pepsi or Coke or whatever beverage you drink in the cinemas. Like Transformers Animated was a good story, and at first I thought there was no connection to it. Like it's no individual storyline, and people saying that Transformers Prime hasn't got its own story to it, but it hasn't, and it didn't do with Beast Wars, the first section, and same with Animated, until they got to the second season, and then you could see that all these stories are intertwined to one. There's a story within a story within stories within stories. And G1 was... I love G1. I'm a big fan of G1, but G1 didn't have a continuous story. It just had individual episodes just made up to make a series, and it's great. It's a great series. I've got to say, it is one of the best things ever, best toy things ever to come, franchises to come out ever. I have to say. But G1 did not have its own individual personality, except for good guys and bad guys. That's the only personality it had. But cartoons like G.I. Joe was basically a typical army cartoon, and your He-Man cartoons were basically all storytelling. That's what separate Transformers from G.I. Joe and all that, because they had their own individual stories to them when Transformers didn't. And it's not until we got to Robots in Disguise and Beast Wars Season 2 that you need to watch all of Beast Wars plus Beast Machines to get the story completely right. There are two different stories, but they're so well integrated into one. I class the Beast Machines still part of Beast Wars, because it's still fighting with beasts instead of cars and trucks. Robots in Disguise became a story. It's finding about Fortress Maximus, when we all thought it was individual storytelling. But there was also another story behind there, and that was brothership between Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus, and also in Armada and the Unicron trilogies. I am not going to defend Energon and Armada. They were pieces of crap, I have to say that. In Energon, the only saving grace was the toys. In Armada, the only saving grace in that was actually half of the toys, not all of them. Not all of them were great, not all of them were good. In Galaxy Force or Cybertron, which is the best story in the Unicrons, and I love it, and I would watch it over and over again. Cybertron, because it is so well good, so well better put together than the other two series. Then we got the movies. They are the first two really had a connecting force to it. The second one and the third one really didn't fit in, except for they tried the best, and I do actually say it is really good. It's better than the second one, because if they did something better with the end battle, the people won't have disliked it as much, the movie. But that's what I mean. Prime had a story that basically surround the movie and G1 in the Allspark, and they had Beast Wars references in it as well. Prime, I'm thinking that it's only just starting to get to its story point, and that's what's good about these shows. When they build you up to the give you episodes and episodes and episodes, then halfway through start building into the episode. That is the great thing with the cartoons and the TV shows. The comic books, I'm only just started reading the Marvel. I've just finished off reading Maximum Dinobox. But I haven't got couple of the volumes. I'm missing two or three of the volumes to complete the IDW reissue of the Marvel UK versions. And people in and the community is also falling out of it is due to Hasbro and Takara cancelling toys and not doing so much good as toys in collectors as myself. I will always keep my toys. I will, if I've got doubles or if I can find the original colours, I will actually take the one away, which is I've got, like, say, I've got the movie version of Landmine built in Cybertron mode, and I've got the Cybertron version of the Acceleration instead of Hotshot. So that's the red and green too, and I've got sideways green one, not green, yellow one, which is called Rapid Run. I've got sideways purple one, but I'm looking for someone. I need to contact someone on YouTube and say, are you still looking for this version? I'm willing to give it you at Auto Assembly if you want it free as charge. But it's like Hasbro has just gotten lazy now with the toy making, doing shortcuts and everything, and people like, I haven't seen Killer Prime doing a Transformers review. He's set up a new version which is doing more on his other interests, which is good. That's what I like to see. And like Dave MSN #1 is doing Star Trek building, starship building, and I know Skullgrim always done difference between and Gundams and Spawn and all that lot. America Smasher's done games and I like that. But my love has always been on Transformers and Marvel, but I've always interested in doing the toys of Transformers, and I've, thanks to Killer Prime, I wanted to try an experiment myself, and Match is doing pretty well, even though I've got 20 views, 21, 25 on my views. I'm happy with that, and I would like to say shout out to everyone now on YouTube and who has got me to 60 subscribers. I'm at the nearly at the 616. I mean, big 60, and I want to thank you all for liking me and being my friends, and I hope to see all you at Auto Assembly who is going, and I would love to meet you. So this is RatTrack25 signing out with my episode review and my response to John Nosey, TFknowlsy. So peace out till all are one and there can only be one. Please subscribe.